Hey y'all, what's up? So I'm back at it again with a video you didn't ask for, but you're getting anyway. It's going to be because it's the last day of Pride. I wanted to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. So as today is the last day of Pride, for myself, and I don't know if this is the case for many other bisexual people, June 30th marks the last day of tolerance for us. So this is like a real talk video. Nothing too funny about it. I'm sorry. But this is like something I just want to bring a little bit of awareness and hope that people will be a little bit more sensitive going forward for the remainder of the year. There are some topics that I wanted to talk about. One being biphobia, which I've found that a lot of people do. Two, stereotypes. There are a lot of like weird stereotypes that surround us, and yeah, I want to debunk some of them. Three, going forward with kindness and love and acceptance and just hopefully a new understanding. The problem that I have with being a part of the LGBTQI plus community is during Pride Month we are very widely accepted. The remainder of the months, I always find it to be very difficult because not many people appreciate us or like us due to how we're displayed in the party scenes on TV and on any place that's like media related. I remember experiencing a lot of it in the gay community, not even in too much of the straight community. So even though to me, I'm able to obviously fluctuate in both, I love being in both communities, but in one community, I'm definitely like kind of pushed away because I want to say just simply insecurities or people just don't know much about it. It's really not that hard. There's nothing to be afraid of us. I understand if you're insecure. If you're insecure, then just say that because that makes more sense to me. Topic one, biphobia. Basically, it's just the fear of bisexual people. Now, I know that phobia is like really kind of pushing it essentially, but I think it's just like the lack of understanding of how bisexual people operate. Bisexual people are no different than anyone else. If you are gay or straight, then you are attracted to a gender, one specific gender. Anyone in that gender you're attracted to. Your body can react to. You don't feel like it's work or anything else to be attracted or intimate with that person. Whereas bisexual people have two. That's it. It's two genders. That's it. That's really all it is. It's we like females and we like men. Doesn't matter where you fall in between. That is just what we like. I personally am not a fan of fitting into the exact box. I don't think I am pan. That's like a newer one, and I'm not too sure too much about it. But I know that I've been saying that I was bisexual for quite some time because I have been in relationships with men and I have been in relationships with women. And although I do favor one over the other, I still end up dating both or attracted to both. And I don't like the idea that it's called greedy. It's not being greedy. It's something that we can't help. It's not like we are purposely trying to say like I want all the men inside me. I want all the women inside me. Like I don't think of it like that. I don't think anyone really thinks of it like that. We just are attracted to who we are attracted to. That is it. Um, I think that a lot of people are very not they are not used to having those open conversations with bisexual people because it's awkward and it exposes parts of people that they haven't really looked at. It's irritating. So topic number two was basically the general misunderstandings that people have about us, that we like to cheat, we're greedy, we can't pick a side. Those things are not only offensive to us, by the way, that they are untrue based on, you know, who we are. So when you're young and you come out the closet, essentially, or you come to the realization of what you are, or who you are, during that time, you take that time to explore those options, right? So when you're young, you basically throw yourself into a whirlwind of doing multiple kinds of things, giving the options, leaving your options completely open so you can experience all of it, so you can kind of come to an understanding. Of course, the later you are to realize that you are, you know, you like who you like, that awakening moment is like, it's new, right? Doesn't matter how old you are, it's new. That's why we have the term baby gay, because if you just came out, then you're like so new to all of it. I am not a baby gay. I've been like this since I've been 17 years old. So I realized it then, and I've explored it through most of my 20s, and it's pretty sad. I want to say that we're not cheaters. The we're not inherently cheaters because of our sexual preference, and we're not inherently cheaters. There are cheaters out here, period, just because they are untruthful, they're unfaithful, stuff like that. But being bisexual does not make us unfaithful. We are not around for performative use. I remember feeling a little bit put off by I Kissed a Girl, Katy Perry song, Madonna's thing, a couple other people, but Madonna was very supportive of the queer community. So, but Katy Perry is supportive, but in the same thing, I Kissed a Girl basically was the drunk girl anthem to find a female, straight or not, to make out with, and that was just basically performative, which I want to say definitely set bisexual people back, because it makes it seem like that's all we're like good for. Because what ends up happening is that, you know, we'll be in a relationship or whatever, and you know, then so I want to just like point out that I personally am definitely, I prefer one gender over the other. I'm currently in a relationship that looks gay passing, but I was previously in a relationship that was hetero passing. So it does, every now and then, the only thing I would say that would be something that would come with us is that occasionally we just want to say gay or straight, because it's easier to say that, because then you can get partners, someone to love you, someone to care for you, all that. But we know that's not true, because it's basically, if I see a guy walking by and he's hot and sexy to my criterias, gosh, he's hot and sexy. Or I see a woman and I'm like, oh my God, she's amazing. I want that. I'm gonna want that. But if I'm in a relationship, I'm still gonna be attracted to these people. In a relationship, you should normalize being attracted to people, because that's ridiculous if you're gonna say that you're not. Anyway, that's another situation. But you're still going to be attracted to these people, but I'm in a relationship, and if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm in a relationship with you. I can't say that for every, because a lot of people use us as unicorns, which at first I thought, just unicorns? No, unicorns is the third, usually another person for threesomes and stuff like that. Which when I was young, didn't mind that, because why not? I'm young, I'm not doing anything, I want the experience. So regardless of that aside, it's like, that's not all we're good for. Not all we're good for. I've come to the terms of understanding what heteronormative means, and I personally know that being in certain relationships are going to seem very heteronormative. If I'm in a relationship with a guy, everyone's going to assume that that's basically what I'm going to be with. But actually, I'm not. I usually lean more toward women. I do. But I don't often get that experience. I don't often get that like kind of acceptance. So I just want people to understand that that is just how we are. So final, I just want to wrap it up by saying that going forward, please be more understanding. Don't just simply judge us by what you perceive bisexuals to be. talk to your bisexual friend, talk to that person that is like open to understanding. If you have questions, you can ask me. Like, I'm older now and I already went through the phase of figuring myself out, but I never hurt or screwed anyone in the process of me figuring out if I truly liked women and if I truly liked men. Because trust, that is something that we've also go through, because I'd rather go through that than the scrutiny of pick a side, choose a side. You're really straight. Are you sure you're gay? You're not gay. So all that does is just kind of irritate us and just push us away, because it's just saying that you're not willing and open-minded enough to understand us. A lot of us float in the queer community because the queer community are usually probably straight people that are extreme allies, and they're more accepting and understanding of us. So I just want to say that, like, I know that Pride Month is ending. Pride Month is done. And when you see a bisexual person, don't immediately judge their book like by the cover that you thought that you used to read. They're different, just like every lesbian is different, every gay man is different, every straight person is different. I want to say that without trying to pinpoint unnecessary negativity in one section, I've experienced problems on both ends, and on some, I don't feel accepted as much in the LGBTQ plus community due to this fact. Just simply insecurity and misunderstandings. So I don't know. I was trying to answer questions throughout the month for it. My platform is small, of course, but I want people to know that bisexual people, we're not horrible and we're not greedy, but we're just people that want love too, and we just have more options, but nobody wants to love on us. So that's all. If you have questions, please feel free to ask me. I'm very much an open book. Everyone knows that by now, or at least enough to be able to talk to me. So happy Pride. So thanks for watching. I know this was a very long video. I hope it taught you something, if answered any questions that you may have had, cleared up any misunderstandings. If it did not, again, I'm an open book. Feel free to ask, or find someone else that you trust that is bisexual, that can answer your questions. Every person is different. We are all people at the end of the day, and what we like or what we're attracted to and who we choose to be intimate with is just that. Every person has their own bits of personality. Every person has their own integrity. And with that also should not be a reflective of who they are and who they're attracted to. It's a reflective of who they are, not who they're just attracted to. Just because I could be like a faithful person doesn't mean that like all bisexuals are faithful. If it's not the same difference of when people say, "Oh, men cheat," or "all men cheat," or all studs cheat. That's not the case, because I've met some men that don't cheat. I've met studs that don't cheat. I've met them. So that's not, you can't generalize us in this one small little package of misunderstandings, basically. So go off with love, and remember that the next bisexual person you speak, try to bring down those walls of already preconceived notions that we are horrible, I guess. Selfish and misunderstanding and all of that other fun stuff that we have to hear and endure. I mean, we will hear it, we will endure and try to teach others about the differences, but until then